Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? I have recently been making quite a few things with printed paper bags. So I thought I would show you how it is I cut my paper bags to size. I'm in Australia, our standard paper size is A4. If you're elsewhere, it might be letter sized. Just go with whatever size your paper is when you're measuring. So ours is basically about 30 centimetres by about 21 centimetres. No idea what that is in inches. It's on this thing, but I'm not looking at this thing right now. So, anywho, this is our standard Woolworths paper bag. Very fortunately, the standard Woolworths paper bag is almost exactly 30 centimetres tall, so I don't even have to cut that. I do cut this bottom section here to help release the base off of the paper bag, and I will unfold it a bit and cut off the other side, and that only leaves me two sides to cut off to remove the entire base of the bag. You can unstick it or just pull it apart, but you're going to have to cut it off anyway, so I prefer to do it this way. It's just quicker and easier. So once that is all taken off, don't throw it out, because I will show you at the end of this a use for the paper bag bottoms as well, just because I hate to waste anything. So that's the base off. I've already pulled the handles off of this, and then we just fold it out like so. Very simple. Now, it's up to you whether or not you want the join in your paper. If you want the join, if you don't mind having the join in your paper sheet, then you can cut from the join end. If you would prefer not to have the join in your paper sheet, then cut from the other end. But in any case, let's cut the bottoms off of a few paper bags. Just a quick aside to those of us living in Australia, if you are not a Woolies shopper and you shop instead at Coles, I have noticed that Coles paper bags are slightly taller than Woolworths paper bags, so you will have to cut the height down if you're using a Coles paper bag. Just an FYI. Okay, we've got our paper bag. Let's begin cutting it. So just cut along one side, like so. And then as you can see, it's already 30 centimetres tall, so we don't have to cut that. We are just going to have to cut it in 21 centimetre sections. So we'll get on with doing that. Now, like I said, I think with this first one and probably a couple of others, because I really don't care too much, I do cut it on the paper bag join side. So you'll see me tear off the excess piece of paper, but yeah, I'll mention that as I go. So there you go. I cut through two sides. There is 2 sheets of paper ready for the printer, basically. Not sure if you noticed, but right there I just tore the side off of the paper bag. It was just the excess piece of paper where the paper bag was joined. So that's something you can or cannot do, whatever you like. Or simply, if you don't want the join there and you don't feel like tearing that little piece of paper off down the side because you think it might make your page tear or be ragged, then just flip your bag over and begin cutting from the side that doesn't have a join in it. Right, now we have our paper bag still folded in half, so we're still cutting 2 pages at a time. That piece there is all we have left out of the bag after we've cut everything, and I will use that to back tags or journal cards, whatever. So I'm just tearing off the excess bits where the handles were. I don't mind the look of that. You might have to change the way you cut your bag if you don't want those bits, where the glue was, showing up on your printing. But the whole idea of printing on a paper bag for me is to make it look grungy. So yeah, a bit of extra grunge is always welcome. So yeah, there you go. That's it. You get 4 sheets of paper for your printer out of 1 paper bag. I will stick these underneath my mat so that they get a bit flattened. That way the printer is happier with them. You could stick them under heavy books or whatever you like. You'd even iron them, I suppose, if you were a crazy person. It's all up to you. Okay, that's it for cutting paper bags. So we'll put the paper cutter away. These scraps can go in the scrap bin next to me. And here are all the bag bases. So we can show you what we're going to do with those. Before we start that, here are all the pages that we cut today. We got 4 pages per paper bag, so it was a decent little stack of paper. So this will now need to be flattened out before we can use it in our printer, because our printer is not going to like the sort of lumpiness of these at the moment. So yeah, I will stick them under my mat later and get on with flattening those so that we can actually print on them. And this is what we're going to make with the paper bag bases. Just a simple little notebook. Blank on both sides and just a simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So yeah, we'll grab a glue stick and start gluing these together, basically face to face, so that we end up with a nice book cover that is blank on both sides. And then I'm going to sew around it. So yeah, simple as that. Now when I sew around it, I sew around the entire outside a couple of times just because I like the look of that. And I also sew down each side of the spine where the paper bag sort of is glued and joined and all the rest of it. You don't need to do that. I just like to do it. I think it looks nice. So yeah, I do that. You could leave those edges raw. It's not an issue. So there we go. There's those, and yeah, I'll flatten them out a bit more and take them to the sewing machine, and you will see a bunch of little book covers come back shortly. And here they are, 3 little sewn around book covers. So you can see where I've sewn up either side of sort of the spine area there. It's just for aesthetic reasons, no other reason at all. So yeah, all we have to do is basically fold them in half, select some pages for them, and sew the signature in. So yeah, very, very simple. And they make quite a cute little notebook, I think. I mean, you could make the spine wider and put 2 or 3 signatures in these. There's plenty of room there. But I just like one. It's fine. So I will make another one like the first one that I did with just lined paper. And the other 2, I think I'm going to put some of my jelly prints in just for something a bit different. And there you have it, a little paper bag book made out of the bases. So yeah, quite a cute little project, very quick and easy. Yeah, we used up 6 paper bags, so that's not too bad. There's 2 little books there done. I will do these 2 off camera and show you some photos at the end. and there's a big pile of paper. So yay us. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that, or at least it was useful to you, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.